Madam, namaskar.
Sir,
Namaskar.
sir, namaste, namaste.
So, how are you?
Fine, fine, thank you, sir. How are you, sir?
Yes, yes, I am fine.
Okay, I tried my best to prepare the PPTs because when you called me, I was taking my class.
No issue, ma'am.
So today I have just tried my best. Maybe
No
tomorrow
issue, it
I'll.
is all. No issue, it is all right, ma'am.
Tomorrow I'll try to be more, I mean, it should be
Yeah,
a proper.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Then we'll go ahead with class.
yes, I'll
So,
start now.
welcome all of you learners. So, good morning to all of you. And your old teacher, ma'am, is joined with you. Further, all classes will taken by ma'am. So, welcome you, ma'am, to today's session. I hand over the session to ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Fasir, how are you? Fasir, how are you? How are you doing? Fine. Okay, I'll get the presentation. Okay. Yes, sir. Put it in. Fasir, is it visible? Fasir, is it visible? 'Can you see my slide, Fasir? Fasir, is it visible? 1 second. So, 1 second, 1 minute. Is it audible? Okay, Hamza, how are you? Just check if the slide is visible or not. Is it
Okay,
okay?
mom. I'm fine.
Okay.
It is visible. It is okay, mom.
Okay, thank you. How are you, Hamza?
I'm fine, mom.
Okay, okay, good, good. Okay, so I'll take your class on this. That is job evaluation. I think what you learned in your last classes. Can you just recap? Can you just share one or two lines?
Honestly, mom, I have learned a lot, but for now,
Okay, okay,
I'm.
understood. Okay, okay, I'm starting, no issue. Acha, Hamza, the slides which I have shown you on tourism and environment, do you require those slides? Then I can share in your group. If you can send me your email ID or so, I can share it, right? Just wanted to inform you. My class which was on environment, tourism and environment. Okay. Anyway, let's start. Okay. So, a very good morning to all the learners. And today my class is about job evaluation. Okay. So whenever we talk about job evaluation, it's basically a systematic way of determining the value or worth of a job in relation to other jobs in an organization. So I mean, after going through this unit, you'll be able to understand what does job evaluation means, why it is important for an organization. There should be a very, you can outline the procedures that is been involved in job evaluation, and what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of job evaluation, right? So when we talk about job evaluation, basically it's a systematic way of determining the value of a job, the importance of a job, the worth of a job in relation to other jobs in an organization. Now this is very important because now you all are students, or some of you all are learners. I believe some of you all are students, some of you all might be working in an organization. But yes, you should know about what is job evaluation, what are appraisal, what is I mean training, placement. Why this is very important in an organization. So let's start with what are the features of job evaluation. Basically, the word evaluate is basically, you try to assess. So you have to assess the description of the job that you are being given, because whenever you are being assigned a position, you have some responsibilities. That is the known as the job description. What you are supposed to do, what you are supposed to work for. See, every whatever organization you are working for, there are missions, there are objectives, and when we are talking about, when we in respect to the hospitality industry, our vision is always to spearhead the hospitality business, the tourism, and the allied education. And moreover, you have to educate, you have to train, you have to motivate, then support the students for developing their skills, developing their competencies, and the strategic goals. Besides that, there are also some other factors which have been included in the mission, like you have to strengthen the hotel and tourism industry. Then you have to strengthen the academia, that is the academics, like this learning, teaching process. Then there's entrepreneurship, that is like businesses. Then that is the requirements which I mean, these are the you can say parameters which are required to meet the ever evolving challenges of this sector. So you have to work. Every organization has a mission, that is to work towards the true realization of the ethos by realizing the latest trends and disruptions. So basically, when we talk about job evaluation, in simple words, you can say it is the rating of jobs in an evaluation. Because as I said, evaluate. Suppose you write a question, you are doing for the exams, you are being given a question paper, then you write the answers on basis of the your way of you answer your question. You are being evaluated, the marks is being given to you. Similarly, when any work is being given to you, you are assigned any work, it is being evaluated, and depending on your evaluation, you are being given promotion, appraisal is there, you are being incentives if you work for some extra hours, if you have some targets, because every organization do have some targets and all. Then depending on the targets, if you are able to achieve the targets evaluated on that, then you may be given some incentives, promotions, and higher pay packages, salaries, benefits, other fringes, and all. Okay. So, what is job evaluation? Job evaluation is basically it is the process of establishing the value of jobs in a job hierarchy. And job values, what are the they may be determined by negotiation or fixed on the basis of broad assumptions about market rates and internal relations. Suppose if you wanted, you are already working as a in the hotel industry. Suppose you are working as a trainee. After that, you may be given a position. After you complete a training, first you are on the job training. So you are a trainee, you have some responsibilities, but yes, you have to report to the maybe supervisors. Okay, so once you complete your training, on the job training, you will be given a position of front office. You can say assistant front office executive. Okay, assistant. Sorry, front office assistant. So what happened? You have some responsibilities. Once you are very much competent enough, and whatever responsibility has been given to you, you perform well. So you have been given the promotion. So basically, when we talk about job evaluation, it's the process of establishing the value of the jobs in a job hierarchy, and this job values will be determined by negotiating or fixed on the basis of broad assumptions about the market rates and the internal relativities. Market rates means in one organization, the same position, even the personnel may be getting maybe in Indian rupees, maybe 10,000, but in another organization, it will be around 20,000. So, there's a vast difference. So, you have to see what is the market rate, and accordingly, when you apply for a job, you have to negotiate the rate. Like, government, if you work for any government organization, they have a pay scale. You will be put on that particular pay scale. But if you work for private organization, you have to negotiate. So, okay. So, job evaluation is basically you can say 1 second, 1 minute. So, job evaluation is a very comparative process based on a whole series of tasks, there are responsibilities, there are obligations. Then there are some other qualifications required, your experience required. So, depending on your skills, depending on the knowledge you have, depending on the situation you are able to handle, and the qualities you may require, and of course the reliability of the employee, and so on. See, whenever you are working with any organization, you have some responsibilities towards the organization. So you have to have a goal. There's a goal of every organization. There are some task has been assigned to you, responsibilities are there, obligations are there. So you have to ensure that everything goes in the process, and there is the hierarchy. Like, you may be at the lower level, then there's a supervisory level, then there's the executive level, then there's a managerial level. So as per your performance, depending on your skill, depending on your knowledge, depending on how you handle the situation, you are being assessed. You are being assessed, then appraisal is being given to you. So that whole process, this appraisal and all, this process where job evaluation, this appraisal is involved in job evaluation. So, you can say, um, Basically it aims at establishing, also helps you to establishing the pay structures that are fair enough. Suppose you are a very new to the industry, you're working, you have joined an industry, but you are a very fresh candidate. So if you ask for, there's a level, there's a pay structure. If you ask something higher than what the company you are expected to give, the company won't agree on that particular salary structure, because as per your experience, as per your skills, the pay structure is being fixed. So it helps to establishing the pay structures that are fair enough, and that should be equal for the jobs that demanding, which are considered to be broadly similar. Okay, and so you can say it is a systematic process which is used by different organizations. Job evaluation, which is used by different organizations, different companies, different corporates, to determine the relative value or the worth of different jobs within the organization. Some of you are maybe into marketing, some of you are, there are different categories. One may be in the operations, one may be in the marketing, one may be in the sales and marketing, one may be in the you can say maintenance department. Suppose I'm working in the context of a hotel industry or the tourism industry. So some of them will be working for sales and marketing. Some of them will be working for, for the human resource development, human resource. Then some of them will be like job evaluation basically comes in human resource. Then some of them will be looking into the operation. So there are various departments. Okay, so basically it is a systematic process used by all the companies, corporates, to determine the relative worth or the relative value of different jobs within the organization. And it involves basically analyzing as well as assessing various job factors such as the skills required, then what are the responsibilities, then depending upon the qualifications and working condition, to establish a fair and equitable pay structure. Now, why job evaluation is important? That is very much important. See, like many of you all, might be working somewhere, okay, and maybe in the tourism industry or in the hospitality industry, but still then you thought, no, I should do this work on, I should do this course in tourism. Maybe some reasons can be you just want to switch to a different organization where the skills of a, where you need to have the information about tourism. So that would be an added advantage. So all these factors, it is not only about your skills and knowledge, but it is also about your experience. It is also about, how much the certificates you are having, the degrees you are having. That also has an important impact on this assessing the you can say the candidates, selecting the candidates. Okay. So first thing is there are different factors. First thing is some reasons why job evaluation is required. There should be fair compensation, then there is internal equity. When we talk about fair compensation, job evaluations helps that ensuring that employees are compensated fairly based on the value and the complexity of the roles. Now, suppose you have joined an organization as an executive level, okay, maybe in the middle level, but you should not be underpaid, neither you should be overpaid. If you're underpaid, then usually the supervisory level, what is the pay structure they are getting. If you are absorbed in that particular pay structure, then maybe you would not feel that enthusiasm to work. Then you switch to different organization. Why people switch to different organization? For their career growth, for a better prospect, for earning more. So these are some of the reasons. So when we think about job evaluation, first thing is fair compensation. It is very important. And basically, this job evaluation helps in ensuring helps that the employees are compensated fairly based on the value and complexity of their roles, and establishes a systematic approach to determine the worth of each job, which helps in setting appropriate salary ranges, benefits, then you have fringes, then you have some incentives and all. See, as I told you, the festival is going on in India, we had Durga Puja, now Diwali is coming, and when we see this, people are getting bonus, so that they can do a lot of shopping and all. So why they, this usually the bonus, there are 12 months of a year, so they are being like after working for usually for 1 year, when the puja comes, so the Durga Puja celebration comes, and when the Diwali comes, they are being given bonuses because of their performance. No, it is not applicable to all organizations, but many organizations in our country have this facility, especially those who are working in the, working in industries and all. For industries, it is mandatory. They get all these bonuses. Even in the hotel industry, you get a bonus, and that bonus is usually worth 1 month salary. Like you get one extra 1 month salary. You work for 12 months, and during the puja month, you get your salary plus the bonus also. Okay, so this is basically benefits you get, and you can say there are also lot of fringes involved depending on the organization's terms and condition. Then there is internal equity. What do you mean by internal equity? Now, job evaluation ensures that internal equality within an organization by comparing different jobs, establishing a hierarchy based on their relative worth. So, this helps in eliminating pay disparities and creating a transparent and equitable work environment. So that is known as internal equity. Internal equity. Then comes your retaining and attracting talents. Retaining is very important because, especially the youngsters, they're working in an organization for, and it's very common in the hospitality and tourism industry, unless and until it's a government. In India, we have the private organizations and the government organizations. When in the government organizations, you have lot of benefits. Then you have DMS allowance, then you have all these bonuses, you have incentives. Then after the retirement, you get, you have also, you get a gratuity, and a lot of benefits are there. But in private organizations, such benefits are not there unless and until it is a very blue chip companies. And, some private organizations they do provide, but not all private organizations. But if you are in a government job, you are very relaxed. You have to perform. Performance is there, because unless and until you perform there, you may not be getting promotion. You may not be getting salary increment and all. So that is also very important. But in private jobs, you usually don't have very many companies. They do have facilities for their employees, but less as compared to government jobs. So everybody wants to work for the government, whether it's a state government or whether it's a central government. So the thing is now, the word I told is retaining and attracting talent. So there are many youngsters, when they are being selected to when they are studying in engineering colleges or management colleges. There are companies who come for the selection process and they get selected. So once they are getting selected, for at least they have to work in that company at least for 1 or 2 years, so they get experience. So when they have 1 or 2 years experience, they try to shift to other companies. Why they shift? Maybe for a better salary. Maximum they get a better salary, and of course if they get a promotion or where they see more benefits are there, more fringes are there. There's a vast difference in the pay structure. They try to shift. So when this question comes, shifting, so there is a big question mark, because if the company, there's a department which is known as the human resource department. Basically, this human resource department, see what, like you all are studying now human resource development. This module is about HRD. Every organization has a department which is known as the human resource department. Now they have made it more customized, like human resource development and the training. With this HR department is also known as the personal department. So what happened in hotels tourism industries, they have the training and placement and the HRD department. So training and placement, what they do, they usually when new stars, new youngsters come, they provide you the orientation, they provide you the training and so on. That is for the HRD department, how your salary has to be structured, your holidays, your leaves, your benefits, your promotion. These are all being decided by the human resource department. So job evaluation, this unit, I'm in the unit 6. So unit 6 is about job evaluation. Okay. So now I told you about retaining and attracting talent. So when the employee working for an organization and the youngsters like you all, they wanted to, after working in an organization for 1 or 2 years, they wanted to shift to another organization because they have got a better pay hike, more benefits, more you can say perks. So what happened? They decide to shift their organization. But if the previous organization sees, if the previous organizations understands his value, so this person is talented, he has the skills, he is capable of doing the work, he is more responsible, and he can get more business for the organization, then the company always try to retain. One second. 1 minute. Hamza, Vasil, is the PPT
Yeah, yeah,
audible? Oh, PPT is audible, no? Okay, okay, fine.
yeah. It is audible.
Okay. I mean, the PPT is visible and I am audible. Yes. One second.
Yes, now
Yes.
it's visible. Now it's
It's
visible.
visible. Yes. So what happens? I was talking about retaining and attracting talent. So what happened? The previous organization tries to retain the employees. So that is because they know these employees were retaining. These employees were retaining because he possessed the exact skills, he possesses the knowledge, he has the leadership skills, and he's a talent. So they want to retain that. And so what they do, they give a hike. So what happens sometimes the employees thinks, okay, I'm in the same city. If I get another 20% hike, then why should I leave this job and go to a new city and join another organization? So job, this retaining employees is also a very important part of job evaluation. So what is retaining and attracting talents? A fair and competitive compensation is being given is very crucial for attracting and retaining the talented employees. And job evaluation, what it does, it helps the organizations to understand the market value of different roles, enabling them to offer salaries which are very competitive in the market, and also providing them benefits as well as you know uh, some lump sum benefits plus some salary packages which are very you can say attracting to the employees. So basically their aim and objective is to retain those employees. Okay. Then coming here, performance management. So what is performance management? So when we talk about performance management, you can see job evaluation basically provides a framework, and that framework is for aligning performance management systems with the compensation. So by establishing those clear job requirements and expectation, what it does, it helps to set performance standards and evaluate employee performance objectively. See, whenever a performance, what happens, how you perform when you are in organization, there are many parameters for measuring the performance, like whether your leadership skills, whether if you take some initiative to do some new get some new plans for your organization, then your supervisory level, how you supervise, how you monitor, then your punctuality, coming to the office, that means your attendance. So all these criteria are taken into account to measure your performance level. Depending on that, so that also comes under job evaluation. Depending your performance, you are being evaluated, and as per your evaluation, you are being given promotion or hike in your pay package. Now comes the career development. See, everybody wants to develop their career. Everybody wants a career growth. Even other words, a career growth. Why? Because they want a position, they want money, they want a different level in the society. So even it's not me or it's not you. Even I'm a teacher, I try to go for some learn other some courses so that it would help me to add on my CV, so that I get some benefits, I get some appraisals on my promotion stipend. Similarly, you all are also very youngsters, so you want to, I did engineering. Maybe I am interested to do some. I should learn some, today artificial intelligence and machine learning is very important in the hospitality and tourism industry. So I should learn some, like artificial engineering or different types of, you can say, programming languages, which would help me to become a more, helpful. I can go for social networking and social media handling, all this. So that is what is very much necessary. Career development and progression. You should keep on learning, because learning is a never-ending process. You should always remember that you are in 20s, so you will stop. You are in your 50s, and just for example, you are in your 40s, so you thought, no, I am all over by 25. I finished my education. Now I just want to know. Never. You should keep on learning. Because learning is a never-ending process. So, and it is very much important for your career development and progress. Okay, so a well-defined job evaluation system provides the employees with a very clear understanding of the skills required, the qualifications required for career development as well as career progression. And it also helps to identify the skill gaps and areas for improvement, helping the employees to develop their skills and advance within the organization. For example, I will tell you, I'll give an example. Like, we have a lot of engineering colleges, colleges, even teacher affiliated to different universities. So this engineering colleges, there are different branches. Like, there are mechanical branches, there are computer science branches, information technology, and electronics and electrical, electronics and computer, civil. So this branch is where they take computer science. But now the demand of the Chinese was, everybody wants to go into computers, because we all rely on computer. That is today's world. We have to depend on the technology. Now what we have done, we have further divided computer department, computers training to different other departments, sub departments. What are they? Like machine learning, your big data, we have artificial intelligence. So we have then robotics, we have chat GPT, and these are chat GPT advanced in artificial intelligence. So they have machine learning, Internet of Things, they have artificial intelligence, they have robotics. So we have included in
Excuse me,
the,
sir. Excuse me, ma'am.
yes,
Madam,
tell me.
there is some interruption of noise beside you.
From noise from my side.
Some noise. Some people are making noise beside you. Can you just
ओके
please?
ओके ओके ठीक है. अच्छा ठीक है. Is it okay now?
Yeah, now it
Thumbs
is
up.
okay.
Okay.
You are audible.
Okay. So yes. So what happened? Yes. I was telling you this computer science. So now everybody, there are more takers, the demand is so much, you know, each college may be having 100 to 120 seats for computer science, but the demand is much. So what happened, many colleges have introduced more branches like subdivision of this computer science, artificial intelligence, internet of things, machine learning, robotics and all. So, you know, why this is being done? This is being done depending on the requirements and all. So you have to be as per the demand and requirement. You have to ensure that. And once you are more competent enough to handle, then it would be easier for companies to absorb. So these are very much required. So you have to brush your skills, and there are always why I told about this, because these are the gaps. Like suppose a student just fresh from his college, he got here, he's a computer science graduate, he's been absorbed in a company where he finds that he has to learn machine learning languages, machine learning, where he has to work in a project which is based on machine learning. But he doesn't know the language. So you'll find always those who are, especially we are in the hospitality and tourism industry, but those who are in the, working for companies, related to computers and all, they are always upgrading themselves because new softwares are coming up, new applications are coming up. So they have to develop it every other day. They are learning. They are working as the other side. They are nowadays it has become so easier. Earlier you have to go to different institutes and learn all these applications. But now I mean you can learn it on the online. So they take time. Even I know many of my friends, my family friends, and all. They are learning all these courses. They are working in organizations. Like after they are finished with their work, they come out and next 2 hours they spend on learning those applications because they think it is very much required for their career development. And there is always a gap existing because it's not that nothing is very. If it is a very stagnant, then you won't have that enthusiasm or the zeal to learn more. Okay, so these are developing new softwares are developing, and to get accustomed to work with on those platforms, on those programming platforms, you have to learn those skills and knowledges. Okay, so that is where career you have to, the employees need to develop their skills and advance with the organization. Now, besides this, there are legal complaints. What do you mean by legal complaints? Basically, job evaluation. They help the organizations to ensure compliance with equal pay laws and regulations. Like usually organizations, there's like in India we have the Indian labor organizations. What happens? It says that one should not work, the working time limit should be 8 to 9 hours. So if you work beyond that, especially in the service industry and all, if you work for if you work for any industries as such, maybe mining industry or other industries, if you work more than 9 or 10 hours, you are given extra benefits for working more hours. Okay, so these are the things. So there are some laws and regulations you have to abide by the laws and regulations, because if the laws are not there, then companies, they would take advantage of the employees. They would try to see, an organization always tries to achieve its goal, and to achieve its goals, it requires the workforce. Who are the workforce? The manpower is the workforce. The employees are the workforce of the company. So they try their level best to squeeze from the employees. No, obviously, the employee says, I work for 8 or 9 hours, my salary is such. But if I work for 12 hours, you have to give me some incentives. So, what happens? Many organizations nowadays, whether it is a medical industry, whether it's a hotel industry, and you'll find many scams coming up in the medical industry because, uh, you know, they are being given targets. The targets that you have to have. The doctors are also being given targets. You think about those who are, if you are in the hospitality industry, if you work for a suppose you become a tour guide, if you work for any all these online travel agencies, not only online travel agencies, there are tour operators and all, who are being given target. And not this travel agencies, even the banks, and also there are banks, the financial companies, they are being given targets, and once you achieve the targets, you are being given incentives. And what type of incentives they give? Like uh, you'll be given a vacation trip to some foreign islands and all. So this is what is happening. This is how they are attracting the employees. But at the same time, the employees, the organizations have also who have they are abide by the laws and regulations. Otherwise, they will take advantage of the employees. So what is that known as? That is basically your legal compliance. Okay. So legal compliance is like job evaluation help the organizations to ensure compliance with laws and regulations. And establishing a fair and transparent structure, there should be a transparent structure based on the objective criteria. Organizations can minimize the risk of legal disputes related to pay discrimination. Organizational structure and design, how the organization structure and design. Like job evaluation basically helps in designing an effective organization structure by defining the job goals. When you work for an organization, you have some role, what is your responsibility, what is your role, and whom should you report to, who should report to you. If you are working in the middle level, then reporting to. So you can say under me, I have a 100 staffs working under me, for example. Similarly, if you are at the executive level, so you have a boss that is, maybe you are reporting to the general manager of the company or the vice president of the company or CEO of the company. So this is how this organization structure is there, and each and every employee has a proper job responsibility, and it helps in identifying the positions as well as streamlining. Usually it helps to streamline the workforce. Why the workforce has to be streamlined? It has to be streamlined for better efficiency as well as the productivity. As I told, there's always some mission, there is a vision, goal of the organization. So each and every employee works for the organization for better efficiency and for the productivity. So you can say that overall, when we talk about job evaluation, so overall job evaluation is very much important, is very crucial for creating a fair work and equitable work environment. That's the environment is very much necessary. Retaining the talented employees, attracting them with more benefits, more fringe benefits and all those, as well as aligning performance management with compensation, then ensuring legal compliance and optimizing organization structure. As I told you, if you some companies, especially all these insurance companies and the financial companies, they are being given target the employees who work for. Once you are able to achieve that target, you are being given some uh, incentive. They are known as incentive. And what incentives where you are being given tickets, like tickets along with accommodation, fooding to a foreign destination. You can go with your family. If you remember, I think you all are in the second semester. There's a MICE, MIC. What is MICE? MICE is basically meetings. M stands for meetings, I stands for incentives, C stands for conferences, and E stands for events. So there's I incentive. What happened? That is also a part of tourism. You know, um, you are being given a target, and once you achieve that target, you are being given incentives. So there are many destinations where you'll find lot of people, lot of people who are coming from the same organization to visit that destination. Why? Because they are a group booking is being made. So the organization has made a group booking for them. The reason behind this, they have achieved the target. So that is how you can say job evaluation is very important for the efficiency, for running the organization in an efficient manner and in a more structured way, and of course for better productivity. And if I, what is the difference between, if I ask you what is the difference between job evaluation versus job analysis? Basically, job analysis, a systematic way of gathering information about the job. What you have to do. Some of them have only like they are always on the internet, gathering informations and all. So that is how you analyze a job analysis. Whereas job evaluations begin with the job analysis and ends at the point of determination of worth of a job. Now, what is so this is the process of job evaluation, like uh, gaining acceptance, then creating job evaluation committees. There are committees who do the job evaluation. Especially, I told you, suppose if you are working for the operations department, okay. So, if you am I okay? Bhasin, is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, it is okay.
Okay, okay, fine. Yes. So, creating job evaluation committee, then there is a committee who evaluates your job. You are in the operations department, and there's a committee who takes care of your how you perform, how is your performance going on, whether you are, your about your uh, initiatives, your leadership skills, your supervisory, the way you supervise your staffs and all, everything is being evaluated. So there is a committee, but this is being basically monitored by the HR department. Okay, this creating job evaluation committee, this usually how this committee is made, like one of the manager is from the HR manager, that is a human resource manager who belongs to the HR department. Then there is, suppose you are working for the you are in the operational department, so head of that department, and maybe another, maybe a general manager of the department. So this is there usually on the job evaluation committee. Then you have to find the jobs which needs to be evaluated. You need to analyze and prepare the job description. I'll tell you the difference between job description, job evaluation, job specification. So, then selecting the method of evaluation. How would we evaluate? As I told you, there are a lot of criteria, there are a lot of parameters on the basis of which that is being measured. Okay, like it is like how it is measured. It is measured on the Likert 5-point Likert scales or 7-point Likert scale. Like first is very good, good, fair, then poor or very poor. So on the basis of this 5-point Likert scales, it is being measured, and depending on that, you are being evaluated whether you are up to the point or you below the level, whether you need more training and such. And moreover, training is very much necessary, as I told you. Lot of you need to explore a lot of informations are there, and it's not like that. Even I have seen my now. You just for example, if you go to the Google, if you open your computer and you are searching something in the Google, you will find so many things are cropping up. How to from how to speak English in 3 days. It is a 2 days workshop, in 2 hours workshop. So you have to pay this amount and you can know how to speak English. Then how to read. Many of us have the habit of reading books and all. So how to increase the efficiency of reading the books, that also you can learn on it. Then how to work in Excel sheets, because especially organizations and all, how to measuring this, as I'm talking about evaluation, how your performance is being evaluated. We are all measured in spreadsheets and all. Okay, I mean with the help of spreadsheets and statistics, you have to do the statistics and all. So how they are being done with the help of spreadsheets, and like so many staffs are there in there. So there's you'll find lot of all these online classes and all, workshops on spreadsheets. So if you learn all those, then the efficiency of yours also increases. And so many tricks are there. The thing is that there are so many tricks, which usually in otherwise, as I told you, there is software which is known as SPSS software. Okay. Now those software, what happened, that especially helps you to evaluate, basically, um, whether it is your demographic, I mean, um, whether the demographic level or anything of a particular, if you want to do some research on a particular subject, then you have to take some help of the software. So one of the software is SPSS software, which helps you to, evaluate, and like as I told you, you can find mean, standard deviation, all these you can find it. Now this can also be done with the help of spreadsheets also. But what happened, spreadsheets, you have to do a little bit of exercising, do a little. But if you put all your numericals in this SPSS software, then it hardly takes. But everything comes out so smoothly. Nowadays, you know, whether, as I told you, everything has become so easy, whether it's from making a room booking, or whether if you wanted any information, or whether you wanted to book a flight ticket, or whether you wanted to travel to a destination, which um, flight, which destination should you travel at what time. Everything has been given, so you can see the reviews. You take, yes, now I got, but the reviews, how that is being calculated. The reviews are being calculated through the softwares only. So this is how, especially in the, I mean, same thing is being applied in the HR department. The employees are being uh, evaluated. Now, then of course, classifying jobs and installing the programs, and this review has to be done periodically. It's not that every week or every 15 days the review is done. Usually the review is being done every month, or maybe once in 3 months. So at the end of the year, you know you can be given an appraisal. The end of the year doesn't mean in December, it can be in a financial year also, that is March, April to March. So again, in the month of April, you can be, depending on your performance, you can be given the benefit. You can be given the your salary hike. And so now coming to one thing, now you might be, I'll make it more easier, more simpler for you. What is the difference between, what are the differences between job evaluation, job analysis, job description, and job specification? Now, what do you mean by job evaluation? There are four things. You should be very careful of this. One is job evaluation, that I'm, all this time I was going to make you understand what is job evaluation. Then comes job analysis, then comes job description, and the last one is job specification. Now, what is job evaluation? Basically, job evaluation, it is a technique. You can say it is a technique that is used to establish the relative worth of jobs in a job hierarchy. So that is known as job evaluation. What is job analysis? It is the process of examining the various components of a job and the circumstances in which it is performed. So once again, I'm repeating, what is job analysis? It is basically a process of examining the various components of a job and the circumstances in which it is performed. So that is job analysis. What is job description? It is basically the description of the duties, the scope, the contents, the responsibilities that is associated with the job. So job description means in details you can say the scope, the contents, the responsibilities, the duties that have been assigned with a particular job. So that is known as job description. And the last but not the least one, that is job specification. Job specification means the minimum acceptable qualifications, the minimum acceptable qualifications that a job incumbent must possess to perform the job successfully. So this is very important. You should remember all this. Then conducting job evaluation guidelines, rate the job not the person or employee on the job. You should rate the job, okay, not the person or employee of the job. Strive to collect all the facts accurately, whatever responsibilities been given to you. You should strive to collect all the facts, and that facts and all facts and figures can be analyzed through the different softwares. Look specially for distinguishing features of jobs and relationship to other jobs. Now, suppose you just take a simple example. In a family, in a society, in a family, suppose your father earns the money. Okay, your father is the breadwinner of the your home, breadwinner of the family. Your father is the breadwinner of the family. He earns money. He's working. He earns money. He brings the money. He's a salaried. Suppose he's a salaried person. After getting the salary, he brings and gives to your mother. Then now the mother has to run it. Run the family for the next month. Now how she runs that has to be very a systematical manner. So you should everyone is related. Similarly, when you are doing a course, she has to prepare food for. She has to do the purchasing. She has to prepare food for you. She has to pay the fees for your schools or colleges. At the same time, when you have any festival, she has to purchase gifts items or whatever requirements and all. So everyone is related to each other. So similarly, when you work for an organization, there are different departments. There's the accounts department, there's a marketing department, there is the HR department, there is a purchasing department, there is the you can say your operational department. So all are working in each department is related to each other. So look specially for distinguishing features of jobs and relationships to other jobs. The job evaluation must be conducted systematically based on the factual and accurate information. And the result must be fair, it should be fair, should be rational, and should not be unbiased to the individual being affected. So, what are the benefits of job evaluation? Why job evaluation is required? I told you at the very initial that it links pay with the requirements of the job, systematic procedure for determination the relative worth of jobs, outcome is an equitable wage structure, and especially employees and unions are also an active part of the job evaluation process, and it also helps in evaluation of new jobs and points out possibilities of more appropriate use of the plant's labor force. Okay, so these are some of the methods of job evaluation. There's a ranking method, there's a classification method, point method, factor comparison method. We did not go into details. Yes, so this is how an evaluation plan, preparing an evaluation plan. Especially the preparation of the evaluation plans involves the following steps, like selecting and defining the factors, dividing the factors into degrees, weighing the factors, allocating points to each degree, and at last you have to validate the factor points. That is very important. Okay, then I just wanted to finish it up with the advantages of job evaluations and the drawbacks of job evaluation. See, there is this ranking order. No, I have told you, ranking method is basically your hierarchy. Okay, now there are some advantages. Yes, um, the ranking method is as per this method, jobs are arranged from highest to lowest in order of their values or merit to the organization. Okay, then jobs can be arranged according to the relative difficulty in performing them, and the job who has at the top highest value, who is at the top level has the highest value, and the job at the top, that is who is like CEO of the company, he has the highest value, and the job at the lowest level, maybe the trainee, he has the lowest value. So jobs are arranged in each department, and then department ranking are combined to develop an organization ranking. Okay, this is like how I will show you. Office boy, there's a typist, there's a machine operator, purchase assistant, assistant clerk, account. See, there's salary. This is a variation. But this is one unit. Before I that shifting moving to the next unit, I just want to say you what are the advantages and disadvantages of job evaluation. So I told you about ILO, Indian Labour Organization. So according to the Indian Labour Organization, job evaluation has few advantages. So to name a few, job evaluation basically simplifies the wage, that is the salary wage administration, by establishing uniformity in wage rates. They cannot say, no, I am at the same level, but he is getting higher than me. Why is it so? So these are things. So job evaluation simplifies wage administration by establishing uniformity in wage rates. Then it also provides logical basis for wage negotiations and collective bargaining. Then, in case of new jobs, job evaluation facilitates spotting them into the existing wage and salary structure, and job evaluation rates the job, not the workers. Okay, once again I'm telling, job evaluation rates the job, not the workers. So organizations have large number of jobs with specifications, and it is the job evaluation which helps in rating all these jobs and determining the wage and salary, and also removing ambiguity in them. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of job evaluation. Now coming to the drawbacks, there are some drawbacks are also there. I'll just point out few the drawbacks. So some of the drawbacks are like job evaluation methods being lacking in scientific basis are often looked upon as suspicious about the efficacy of methods of job evaluation. And secondly, it is a time-consuming process. Obviously, it is a time-consuming process requiring specialized technical personnel to undertake it, and thus it is likely to be costly also. As a every 2 months or 3 months, it is the job is being done. So it's a time consuming process. At the same time, there should be technical staff, extra staff should be there to take care of all this. Okay, and job evaluation is not suitable for establishing the relative worth of the individual jobs which are skill oriented. But these skills cannot be measured quantitatively. Given the changes in job contents and work conditions, frequent evaluation of jobs is essential. So this is not always so easy and simple. A job evaluation leads to frequent and well as substantial changes in wage as well as the salary structures, and what happens as a result is in turn creates financial burden on the organization. So the last is it leads to frequent and there's always frequent changes in the salary structures and all. So obviously when there is a change in salary structure, it creates financial burden on the organization. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of job evaluation. Now I'll move to another unit, but before I move to that unit, the next unit is about job analysis and job description. But before moving to that unit, I'll show you a video that is very important, and now you'll find it in the social media, you know, because I'll tell you a little bit, I'll brief about you so that you will come to know. Uh, one minute, one second. I'll tell you about. Recently there's an interview. Um, I wanted to show you that video. But before showing you the video, I'll tell something about that video. This I wanted to show you this video. This is very important. I mean, before that, I'll tell you who is he and why he said this. Okay.
କୋହଲି କୋହଲି ଆଉ ଇଏ ଭଲ ଖେଳୁଛନ୍ତି। କୋହଲି ଆଉ କିଏ? ନା ନା କୋହଲି ଆଉ ତୁମକୁ କେହି ରୋହିତ ଆଉ କିଏ? ରୋହିତ ଆଉ କିଏ? ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଜିରା ଆଉ କିଏ? ଏମିତି ଖେଳ ଏକାଉ ନାହିଁ।
So before I start this, video, I would just like to tell you why this subject has come, and this is very important in today's scenario. So this is a conversation. He's Mr. Narayan Murthy. He has said that I want to work. He says that today's, I mean, youngsters. He has specially focused on the word youngsters. He told that today's youngsters should work 70 hours a week. So now it is, you'll find everywhere in the social media, because there's a lot of, people are objecting to that, especially the youngsters, that means 70 hours a week means, if you have 5 days in a week to work, that means you should work more than 12, around 11 hours a week. So you just, if you hear the conversation, then you may like the conversation. But before that, I just wanted to say who is Mr. Narayan Murthy. Okay, he is also Narayan Murthy is basically he's a Indian entrepreneur, a well-known entrepreneur, and he's the co-founder of the company Infosys. Okay, so Infosys is one of India's largest IT sector services and consulting companies, and he's basically from place called Karnataka, that's in India, and he's an engineer, and then he went to, I mean, he did his MBA, and then he did along with other a few of his friends. He established this company called Infosys. And what was the aim? The aim was to provide software development and the IT services. Okay, he was the, I mean, right from the beginning, you can see he was the person who usually started this. Now he have, I just, as I told you later on, you can Google on him also. Now, under his main, why he started Infosys, because his objective was to provide software development and IT services. And under his leadership, he was the CEO of the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, and later as the chairman of Infosys. The company grew exponentially and became a global leader. It's not that only in India, but abroad also. So Infosys grew exponentially and became a global leader in the IT industry. And Mr. Narayan Murthy has a very important, very crucial role. He has played a very crucial role in shaping the company's values and culture. emphasized on integrity, transparency, and excellence. And during his tenure, he has received numerous accolades and awards for his contributions to the IT industry and especially entrepreneurship. And you can say he was recognized as one of the world's 25 most powerful business people by the magazine known as Fortune magazine and was listed among Forbes 12 greatest entrepreneurs of our time. And apart from his professional achievement, he is also known for his philanthropic endeavors and he established a foundation which is known as Infosys Foundation in the year 1996, which basically focuses on education, then healthcare, then rural development, as well as arts and culture. And this foundation has made significant contributions to various social causes in India. And his son-in-law is the president of UK also. Okay? And overall, you can say he retired as chairman of Infosys in the year 2011, but continues to be actively involved in various initiatives as well as activities related to the community also. And he serves not only as a mentor but also an advisor to several organizations and institutions. So his leadership as well as vision have inspired many aspiring entrepreneurs in India and around the world. So overall, Mr. Narayan Murthy is regarded as one of the India's most influential business leaders, known for his ethnic values, leadership skills, and contributions to the IT industry and society at large. Now, recently, not even I mean, it's just around 10 days ago, he has said youngsters should work 70 hours a week. And this sentence, it really has attracted lot of, I mean, there were people who were in favor of that, people who were against that, maximum the youngsters were against. So this is related to jobs, related to your appraisal, related to your performance. So that is the reason I wanted to show this video. So you can see the video and you can understand. Okay. I think you are unable to hear us. So I hope you all saw this video where he emphasized on work productivity, and he also said, we need to, we are the country which is having the lowest work productivity. So, and we need to increase that, and it depends on the youngsters because they are the builders of the nation. So he emphasized on that. So this is where, when we talk about work productivity, everything revolves around job evaluation, job description, job appraisal, job specification, and all. So that was the video which I showed you, and I think you got some informations related to the topic I'm taking the class on. So now let's moving to the next chapter. One second. Okay. So here moving to the next unit. Today uh, yes, today I'll try to, like I've already completed the unit C, that is job evaluation, and with the scope, I mean with the concept, scope, and limitations. Now moving to unit 7. So maybe tomorrow I can work on 4 units. Today on 2 units. I'll just show you a unit. I'll talk about the unit 7. So unit 7 is basically focused on job analysis and job evaluation. Okay, so after going through this unit, yes, after going through this unit, we should be able to define what is the process. Uh, what is define the concept of analysis and job description, and identify what are the processes of job analysis, and identify the structure and uses of job description. So first slide, what is introduction, as usual. uh, you need to acquire or enhance your knowledge about the modern human resource management concepts and techniques. That is very important, and this would help you to improve your skills as a manager, especially as a manager of people working at different levels in the tourism and the hospitality industry. And it would also appreciate that an effective manager is one who is able to handle his or her people efficiently and effectively, very smoothly. And in order to be a good manager of people, it will also be very helpful for you to have a proper understanding of the jobs that is being assigned to them, as also the related job differentials in terms of the level of difficulty, responsibility, knowledge, as well as skills. Now, job analysis is basically, it is a very crucial process in the human resource management that helps the organizations to understand and define the roles as well as the responsibilities of each job within the company. And it also involves gathering information about the tasks, the duties, the skills required for a particular job, as well as the qualifications and the characteristics of the ideal candidate. Now, there are various reasons, there are several reasons why job analysis is important. Like, why job analysis is important. It involves recruitment, it involves selection of candidates, then the performance evaluation, then comes the training, then comes development. Training is also a very important part. Then compensation, then the benefits, then the career planning and succession. Then at last there is the companies. So one by one we'll complete. So first is the recruitment and selection. Job analysis provides a clear, very conceptual, clear, transparent understanding of the skills and qualifications that is needed for a specific job. And this information is very much essential for attracting as well as selecting the candidates, suitable candidates during the recruitment process. And at the same time, it also helps the HR professionals create accurate job descriptions and job specifications, which serve as a basis for evaluating the applicants and making informed hiring decisions. That is our recruitment and hiring. Next comes performance evaluation. It helps in setting performance standards and expectations for the employees, and by identifying the key tasks and responsibilities of a job, it becomes very easier to evaluate the employee's performance against this predetermined criteria. It also helps to manage, provide, right out, get see the feedback, then identify the training needs, reward the employees based on the performance. Sometimes what happens, the employees or the staff, the workforce, they are not happy with the environment, or they are not happy with the benefits or something. So, after every 6 months or 1 year, appraisal is there, taken from their the appraisal is being given. Sometimes it is a self appraisal where the employees give a self appraisal, like, do they think that their way of teaching is good, or do they think that their understanding of the subject is clear. So all this, at the same time, they also have to answer the feedback whether they are happy with the working environment, the coordination among the staff, the salary package. And so all this helps the managers. So obviously to provide and get a feedback and identify, and sometimes if there are really software, those who are especially working on the software, you need to know about the softwares which are launched newly in the market. So how can they operate without knowing about it, without proper training they receive? So the training is required, and also there are employees who wholeheartedly work for the company. They should also be rewarded. So that is very important. So that reward is basically based on their performance. Now comes training and development. Your job analysis helps to identify the skills. Training and development job analysis helps to identify the skills and the knowledge that is required for a particular job. Now, this information is very valuable in designing the training programs that address the specific needs of the employee. So there are not only there are sometimes conferences, there are workshops and seminars that are being taken place in the organization. What happens usually, I take seminars, workshops, conferences. This takes place in the hotels, and which are being organized by various companies. Why they organized? Because they wanted to train their staff. They wanted to keep the staff aware of the new technology that has come up. What are the new what are the new evolved, you know, what are the new situations, how to handle those situations, anything, some new products that has been launched in the market. It is not only the we are selling a product, but how also to servicing of the product. So related to that company. So all this, things have been changing, technology has been changing. You can see that you're using one mobile phone. After 2 years, that mobile you won't find if it by chance if it's working good enough, you're fortunate enough. But by chance it stops operating. Then you go to the service center, and the service center says, sorry, we don't have the machinery parts, you don't have the parts which would So your this would help to so that your mobile can be operated. Why? Because it has become outdated. Now these are the things, when things become outdated, it becomes very difficult. So whenever new software or tools or machineries, equipments are coming up and launched in the market, and how their application is to be done and all. So that has to be properly, the training process, and you can say the training that has to be properly conveyed to the employee. Otherwise, how can they do the service work? So that is why training is very important. And second thing is, this information is very valuable in designing the training programs that addresses the specific needs of the employees, and it also ensures that training's efforts are specially focused on developing the necessary competencies to perform the job effectively. So, training and development has to be imparted to the staff, to the employees, so they can work so that they can so that they can perform their job effectively, like what the industry requires and needs, as per the demand needs. Okay, then comes compensation and benefits, like job analysis. They provide the foundations for determining the fair and competitive compensation packages, and by understanding the complexity and the responsibilities and the skill requirements necessary for a job, organizations can establish salary ranges as well as the fringe benefits, or you can say the perks for each position. Like different position has different salary structure, different facilities, different parts. For example, the who is the general manager of a tourist company, of a tour company, general manager of a tour company. So the general manager is being given a vehicle by the company because he has to visit different offices. Whereas the executive will not be given an official vehicle, whereas the general manager has been given an official vehicle. So these are, like I'm just telling you, instance, for example, these are the benefits that is being given to the employees depending upon their structure, salary structure, their position level at the organization. It also helps ensure internal equity and external competitiveness in compensation practices. Now, coming to career planning and succession planning, job analysis usually helps in identifying the career paths within an organization, and it helps the employees to understand the skills and competencies required for advancement and growth within the current roles or in the position. So it also helps in succession planning by identifying potential candidates for future leaderships positions based on their capabilities and qualifications. See, there are 20, suppose there are 20 employees working, for example, 100 employees working in an organization. Now there are various departments. So usually, I'm talking about the hotel industry, okay? Now, especially the hotel industry, the front office manager or the F&B manager, food and beverage manager, they only become the general managers of the company. So, what they have to see, what the organization has to see, organization has to identify the skills, has to identify, no, this person has this. The skills competent enough to adapt to the situation, face the situation, handle the situation, and uh, should be proactive in taking quick decisions. Once they find all this, I mean, he's a candidate. Once they find all the related, you can say, qualities in a person, in an employee, then they can always go, you know, I mean, his name can, as well as he possesses a leadership skills, then his name can be proposed for the general manager of the company. Okay, so that is win-win. This is an example. Now comes legal complaints. What do you mean by legal complaints? Job analysis plays a very important role in ensuring compliance with various employment laws and regulations. So what happens? It helps the organizations to demonstrate that whether it's hiring or whether it's promotion and compensation practices should be fair enough. Okay, it's not that I know you, that's why I've kept you in my organization. Okay, there are suppose everybody, there are 20 persons are coming for an interview for a particular position. Because I know you, I'll keep you. No, that kind. Huh, yes, I can. Uh, you can be a reference because you can say this is the person I know. He's worth performing this, and he's a trustworthy guy. So these lot informations are being given, but at the same time you also ensure that along with proper training and development, he should be uh, he should be well groomed, he should be properly trained, and um, there should be she should be perform the job efficiently, and whenever any such proposal or promotion comes up, then there should be a fair judgment. That is what happens. So it provides a desirable basis for decision in areas such as employment, then comes employment opportunity, then reply and reputable, and of course other reasonable conditions. So in conclusion, you can say that job analysis is a very fundamental process, is a very crucial role that supports that really supports the various aspects of HR functions and organizational goals, and especially it provides the original. Uh, it provides the, or you can say it provides the necessary information to effectively manage the human resources right from the recruitment process and the selection process to performance, that is the evaluation and career development. So that is very very important. And coming, you can say that by understanding the requirements of each job, organizations can also optimize their workforce. That is, organizations can always optimize their workforce and create a productive and and a productive and engaged workforce. So this job analysis is the, you can say it is the foundation of both for both job description and job evaluation. The job analysis process involves gathering of such information like what the employee does, how the employee does it, how the employee um, uh, how the employee does it, and why the employee does it. Okay, the materials about the tools, the equipments, procedures adapted in the work work environment, and how they are helpful in performing the work, and the physical activities involved in the performance of the work, the conditions under which work is performed, and last but not the least, typical work, and you can see the conditions under which the work is performed, and typical work incidents and work patterns, etc. Okay, so now coming to job, we have described about job description, job specifications, and job analysis linkages. Okay, so I've already discussed about job analysis. I told you about job description. Job description is basically a broad statement of the purpose, duties, and responsibilities of a job or position, and it is based on a detailed job analysis. So, when we talk about job description, you can say it is a detailed. It is based on detailed job analysis, and sub, usually it is based on the detailed job analysis and summarizes the essential information gathered through job analysis. That is, you should know. the kind of information and the amounts of details that is contained in the job description depend on the job evaluation plan to evaluate. Then comes listening to personal qualifications regarding to the estimate before we examine in detail the two concerns of job evaluation, that is job analysis and job descriptions. We should mention that we should uh, we should we should take into account the qualifications, and specifically job specifications are mainly used in the selection of the candidate, the recruiting staff, and asking them about the various factors that are being involved, and it has certain personal attributes such as experience, attribute, and so there is something like you can say it has some personal attributes at the same time, like experience. Then you have other added on qualifications. Then there are co-curricular activities also they are involved in. So these all and your aptitude, your uh, how you handle situations, basically how you handle situations. So these many job application plans accordingly using job specifications to complement the job description. So, complete job description should therefore rightly contain the three categories of information. What is the job mission and location? Whenever you join the organization, your you can see what is the mission, what is the where is the location, where is the work performed, and in the context in which the action takes place, and so on. So with job descriptions can be more flexible and it can be more simpler, but you should specify the but you should specify the title of the job and its position in the organization. Whether you are a supervisor or whether you are a GRE case relation executive, secretary, and you can also say it will be helpful to follow a few guidelines while writing job description. Always be accurate. What's happening, what is that is it should be very much accurate about what is expressed. Okay, because depending on that you have been given the fringe benefits, you have been given the promotion, the leaves, and so on. So it will be very much helpful to follow guidelines while writing a job description that is always be accurate about what is expressed, omit expressions which are attributions, such as then personal pronouns should be avoided. It is necessary to refer to the employee. The word operator or so an executive may be used. Do not describe only one phase of the job and give the impression that all phases are covered. So it should be a generalized expression such as prepare, then assess, handle, etc. Should be limited, separate by um, supported by data that will clarify them. Then, what are the uses of a job description? That is the supervisor, employee communication, recruitment, then come selection process, then then comes promotion, then transfer. So many things are there. So that all depends on job description. One second. Uh, 1 minute. So yes. recruitment is very important in the selection process. Then you have promotions. So sometimes organizations, there are the same organization has different branches, different parts of the country. So they have that feasibility of getting the employee transfer from one place to another, and the transfer can be based on the promotion also. Okay, so work performance. Then you have this performance, how you perform. Then you have the appraisal. Every time you have the appraisal, you are being given a promotion. So then you have the manpower planning, training, and development. Then comes the industrial relations, work relations. So, before I summarize it, I would just want to say something about job description. It is basically recruitment. Then you come the performance evaluation, training and development, and compensation and benefits. Then legal compliance, and you have energy, employee engagement and satisfaction. Corporates do have CSR and all, corporate social responsibilities, where the employees, the staff are responsible. They are committed to the society. They should do something which would benefit the society. The corporate should maybe, you know they have conducted some competitions in schools, and give prizes to the students, or have planted some plants in the or planted some plants, near the roadside. And so these are different types of corporate social responsibility. That is the employee engagement and satisfaction. So you can see a well-written job description very clearly sets sets very clear expectations for the employees, which can contribute to their engagement and satisfaction in their roles. And it helps the employees to understand what you can say, they have some commitment towards the society. So it helps the employees to understand that their responsibilities, their goals, and how their work contributes to the overall success of an organization. And it also provides a successful framework. It also provides It also provides a framework for career development discussions, as well as opportunities for the growth. So, in summer, if I want to conclude, like summarize, a job description is a very important tool, is a very vital tool in the human resource management, and it supports various HR functions and organization goals. And you can say, it helps attracts qualified candidates, evaluate their performance, and guide and provide them training and development efforts, and determine compensation on packages, promote help their staff who are usually not that competent enough. So you can say legal compliance and promote employee engagement and satisfaction. So that is where job description is important, to ensure legal compliance and prompt employee engagement and satisfaction. And it is a prerequisite for a job description. And last, I can say this: the job descriptions summarize the various essential information. A job description summarize the essential information gathered through job analysis. So the various concepts and methods that has been discussed in this video are useful in the tourism industry, as they are in any order. So you learned about job analysis, you learned about job description. So those are very important. We are all, As I said, it is very each has some benefits as well as some disadvantages also, and basically, this job analysis process, you can say one is the organizational job analysis, then comes the selection of representative jobs, then under it comes data collection, then the job description, and then the job specification. Okay, and so today we discussed about job description. There is job enrichment, job enrichment, jobs earning multiple. Sometimes I don't you can say there are a lot of case studies that has been done, and especially on the hotel and tourism industry, a lot of case studies has been done on the job description, because hotels, what happen usually, the staff who are working in the hotels, they have a very tendency to, they usually don't stick to the hotel industry. They work for 1 or 2 years, and then they shift to another hotel, another organization. This is a very common scenario. So because whenever the youngsters, see that is what Mr. Narayan Murthy has said. They want quick money, but they don't want to work for long hours. But these youngsters should work for at least 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours, because that will increase the productivity. So that is very important. He has also mentioned that, if you see the advanced countries like Germany, US, and all, their productivity is so high, but in India the productivity is so less. Now there are many reasons, why. Because if you want a person to work for 10 to 12 hours, at the same time you should remunerate them. Remunerate, you understand? The salary structure should be good. But in India, the salary structure in some industries are very low. You're working for 10 to 12 hours, but you're not being compensated well. I think, I mean, that was happening. And slowly there's a lot of, initially when you work for an organization, you have some responsibility. I have to, but and youngsters are becoming very self-centered. It's like always give and take relationship. Yes, I know you're working for so long. You should be, reprimanded in that manner. You should be paid for that. You should be appreciated, you should be motivated. So there are a lot of, nowadays what happens, many organizations are holding such events, to motivate the employees, because as I told you, working for 10 to 12 hours is a long stress. So time is the most expensive thing in the world. So once they give 10 to 12 hours, at the same time the return should be good. But when they don't get the return, they are demotivated, they leave the company, join the other company. So these type of I mean, scenarios are taking places. But yes, the many organizations, they have their own standard, and they try to how to motivate the employees, retain the young talents. So that is what is very important. Okay, and so if you have any queries as such, um, I think that's all for today. That was all for today. Maybe tomorrow I'll be talking about unit 8, 9, 10, that is job evaluation methods, task analysis, and the person office functions and operations. So thank you everyone.